folded towel hems. So I have my towels, they're still on the cloth beam, and I'm just pulling them off one at a time. So I've just cut off the previous towel, and I have put starch on them so they don't unravel while I work with them. I'm going to go ahead and show you how they're attached. So the hem is woven with a slightly thinner yarn, so it won't be as bulky when I fold it. And then each towel is separated by a strand of thicker yarn. Actually, I doubled this. This is like peaches and cream. And it's got a little starch on it too, so I might have to, there it goes. Okay, so now it's nice, gives me a little place to cut. And so I just cut right on that space, so I don't end up, if I cut neatly, I don't end up cutting any of the weft threads. Okay. And I have my little cutting mat here. It's kind of handy in case I want to measure something. And actually, I like to work on them going away from me. And I'm also adding a little tab for hanging. So this is what they look like after they're sewn. So it's got a little tab here. So I have this in the center. I'm thinking about doing some with on the edge and see if I like those any better. But so all I do is I have this woven tape that I'm going to use, and I've been cutting about 3.5 inch length. That seems to work okay. So the other end won't have the little tape. And I have these stripes on here, so it makes it kind of easy. So I know that my thin yarn is this lighter color, and then that's where the edge is. That's where I want to fold it. So I just fold it and fold it so that cut edge is on the inside. And I like to use these little sewing clips to hold it in place. So go ahead and do the outside edges first. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to take this corner and I fold it at 45 degrees before I actually come in here and fold, so that that little corner is tucked in there when I sew, so that I don't have any little stray threads popping out there right at the edge. And then I'll just clip that. Do the same thing on this side. So I fold this little corner. I know it's probably hard to see, but I'm just going to fold that corner at 45 degrees so that I can then fold and fold. So that little corner is just kind of tucked in when I sew. And I have kind of a drastic color change. If I go from like a light color to a light color, you know, if I get a little over one place or the other, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's going to fold in the middle. And I have my little cutting mat here with the ruler on it, so I can kind of see where my center is. So that's where my center is. And then I'm just going to tuck in that one end. And then I fold that. Clip. And then tuck that end in. So, and then I'll just sew. I'll sew down the side that little distance and then across and then down, and that holds that nice and securely. And hopefully by using a thinner yarn at the hem, the hems won't be so bulky. And like I said, I had been considering putting my little loops, maybe putting the loop at the corner. That'd probably be easier. Wouldn't take me quite so much time, but putting the loop at the corner. So I might do some with the loop at the corner and the loop at the middle, and then I can decide which way I like it. So that's ready to sew. I'll go and also do this end as well before I take it. So I'm using the bench for my loom as kind of a little work table, and then I have my sewing machine just over to the right, so I can just kind of go back and forth, and I just leave all the towels on the loom so you can see. And I've got, you know, lots of different colors and patterns that I'm working with, so hopefully somebody likes those.